Hello, and welcome to Lives Not Labels Seeing Beyond Stigma, a podcast where stories come before stereotypes and people are always more than the labels placed on them. This podcast is centered on conversations with people who have lived experience, individuals who speak from their own journey, challenges, and growth. Through honest dialogue, we aim to amplify voices that are too often misunderstood, overlooked, or reduced to assumptions. This isn't just a podcast, it's an invitation to reflect, to empathize, and to see people as they truly are, to see them as lives, not labels. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the Person Behind the Stigma episode. Before we get started, we want to tell you a little bit about ourselves. My name is Julie. I'm a nursing student currently completing my placement at a harm reduction agency in St. John.
My name is Dave, and I am also a nursing student at UNB, currently completing my placement at a harm reduction agency in St. John.
Throughout this experience, I've had the opportunity to learn not just about harm reduction services, but about the real people behind the stigma.
I originally went into healthcare as a paramedic to help individuals in emergency situations. When it came to working with individuals that were currently using, my main focus was on the situation at hand. But now, after working in harm reduction, I now see the person behind the stigma. Harm reduction now has a new meaning to me, as I can see the true value that it can provide to an individual to help with their journey and path in life.
I went into healthcare to help people, and it frustrates me when individuals aren't treated with respect or when their concerns aren't taken seriously because of biases or stigma. Harm reduction matters to me because it's about meeting people where they need help the most. To me, that's what healthcare should be: compassionate, accessible, and rooted in dignity. Today's conversation is about listening, really listening to lived experiences and challenging the assumptions many people carry about substance use and healthcare.
To build on my partner's introduction, I would like to also state our focus is not on our questions, but on this person's journey as they tell us their story.
Today we want to have a conversation about your experiences with harm reduction in healthcare. This is about hearing directly from the people who use these services, real stories, real experiences, no longer just ramming off statistics.
We'll be asking questions about your time with harm reduction, what's been helpful, and your experiences with healthcare, including moments when you felt respected and the moments that you were not. There are no right or wrong answers. We're just here to listen and learn from you.
Can you tell us about how you first got connected with this harm reduction center?
It was about 20 years ago, and I was coming in for clean supplies and tested for Hep C. So, yes, that was through Diane McGovern and Julie Dingwell. And yeah, it was amazing.
Which services here have made the biggest difference in your life, and in what ways?
I would say the outreach program. I worked here. So, yes, I worked here for 3 years. I did a number of jobs, but the outreach program was amazing. It impacted me. It opened my eyes to a lot of things, overdoses. A lot of people are a lot like me out there, and yeah, Narcan training. Yeah, I would have to say the outreach program impacted me. It really hit right to the heart.
How does having access to harm reduction services impact your health or safety?
My health and safety, through the program, I got hooked up with Dr. Webster, and I got the Hep C cure. So my health, 101%. Safety, it's, like, if I can say that right. No. Anonymity.
Anonymity?
Yes, that's it. Anonymity. Yep, I'm not going to even bother. Yes, it's nobody knows anything. It's, you know, it's, you come in here, you're safe. You know, it's, we know each other, but it stays here.
Yep.
It stays here. It's a safe spot. It's a safe place. And if more people knew this, more people would come. It's, that's, if I could recommend it to anybody, I'd say, you know, it's mom's word here. It's, yeah, it's safe. And yeah, and there's a number of ways, like the health nurse programs, mental health. There's a nurse here on site all the time. So yeah.
What would you feel your life would look like without access to a place like this?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
I can say I give it to. She would not like it if she was here. I give it to Diane McGovern. The reason why I have 15 years clean. She walked hand in hand. She looked at me and said, "I got you." Those words are powerful, especially when you're alone. And for somebody in at the time, Aid St. John, look at you in the eye and say, and I knew she meant it, she felt it, "I got you." Yeah, they're the words that helped me crawl out of the deep, dark hole that I was into. So without a place like this, I could have been in a grave. I could be amongst those people that are overdosing today with fentanyl.
Have you ever felt judged or treated differently when accessing healthcare or services?
Most certainly. Yeah, most certainly. Every one of us addicts feel judged as soon as we go to the hospital. Yeah.
What makes you feel respected or disrespected when interacting with healthcare providers?
I'm not going to say all health care providers. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say a majority of them, yes. Pure disrespect. As soon as they find out you're an addict, it's like a curtain goes over their eyes. They judge you on your past or what you're doing at that point. Like there's active users that need health care and they're not going to go because of the judgment that they get from these doctors. So yeah, we get judged by most professionals. Just not doctors. There's dentists. There's a lot of professionals. Well, I'm going to give this to the health nurse. The health nurse is right there. My nurse practitioner. I don't go see a doctor. Of course, one, it's hard to get a doctor, but I do have a doctor. And I don't look at my doctor and tell her that I am an addict. I can't be open with her because of the fear of past doctors. But my nurse practitioner, yes, she knows everything. My health nurse, she knows everything. So anything that I have had done, like with my lungs, with gout in my toes and stuff like that, comes from my methadone doctor.
What do you wish nurses or healthcare students understood better about people who use substances?
We need the most help. We're lacking vitamins. We're lacking so much health, mental health, physical health. If they would take us serious, there'd be less addicts on the street. Mental health is one of them. Is a big crutch right now. The facilities, we need people for mental health. So we're people. Treat us just like you would anybody else because we need it, and we're not going to get the help and you're going to see more deaths if you don't start taking it serious. We're people, and these children, these young adults need help. They're getting younger and younger by the day out there. There's grandchildren out there that are hurting themselves. And if we don't put a stop to it now, it's just going to get worse. But if the professionals would just help out and take us serious, we need help.
Is there anything you want people listening to this podcast to understand about you or your community?
You know, I'd love for people in general to know who I am and know what I did. Years clean off of the drug that I choose, and as soon as people see that, it's a like a blanket over their eyes now. So truly get to know the person and what they're going through, and put a helping hand out. I'm a good person with 15 years clean, and it's programs like this help us, and people like this help us every day. And it's one thing we addicts have to say: one day at a time.
If you could speak directly to our listeners, what message would you want them to hear?
I almost said that in the last question. Don't judge us. Don't judge us. It's hard. We get judged for when we go to the doctors. We get judged when we go to church. We get judged in different categories in our life. We judge ourselves. So take a breath and realize we are humans. We made a mistake. It's in our DNA. It's hereditary. We don't like what we do, but we are who we are. And most of us love ourselves today. And with people like this, more of us hopefully will come clean and make it instead of staying on the street. Negative words and negative actions create a lot of sorrow, suicides. Yeah, just remember, we're human.
And is there anything important we haven't touched on that you think people might need to hear?
No, I think these questions were very, very upfront.
Yeah.
These were good questions. You guys are doing a great job. Proud of you guys. Somebody has to pull this to attention, and I say good luck, and thank you.
Thank you so much for being open and sharing your experiences with us. Conversations like this are important because stigma thrives in silence and understanding begins with listening. To everyone tuning in, we hope this discussion encourages you to reflect on how language, attitudes, and small interactions can impact someone's sense of dignity and safety.
Harm reduction is about meeting people where they're at, and as future healthcare providers, that responsibility starts with us. Thanks for listening.